Hello everybody, my name is Mike DiMauro and I welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Aspergers. I think this episode, I'm going to be relaxed, I'm going to be calm, and I'm going to talk about my life a little, No topics, no whatever, just be calm, just be myself, just relax, and talk about a little bit about why I do these videos and what questions might arise, and I'll answer some of those, just basically why do I do this and all this other stuff, just relax, no set topic in mind, I know I'm running dry on topics right now, but hey, don't we all run dry when we talk about topics or to discuss about? I did over 40 videos already, and I haven't come up with a topic yet for another video. I'm going to continue doing videos, obviously, but I'm going to come up with topics, yeah. This video, there's no set topic, But anyways, I just want to say thank you for everybody that's been watching my videos, and thank you for thinking that they are educational and whatsoever. Now, I do the videos because I want to teach other people that have Asperger's, other adults and parents of children that are on the spectrum, about my life and what issues I go through in my life and what issues they might go through in their life too. And these videos are educational because you can learn from them, I just wish I had enough viewers to have the videos out there in the world, I like to be on TV someday, I like to be on media someday, because these videos, they deserve to be on TV. These videos deserve the viewers that it needs to get. Autism is a real thing, alright? I'm not making it up. I don't make things up like that. So, autism is growing. It was once reported it was 1 in every 110 children will be diagnosed with some form of autism. Now that number is 1 out of 88, and that's going to be a problem. Maybe 1 out of 88 might be a good thing, might be a bad thing, because when we find more cases of it, then we could try to help them out too, I was 22 years old when I was diagnosed with Asperger's, okay? My parents had a hard time finding what was wrong with me growing up, But they have the advances now in medicine that they can find people that have it, easily. The kids, Might be a little hard to get tested, but once they find out, there are resources for them. You have websites that'll help you. You have organizations that will help you. Go on Facebook, type in autism, type in Asperger's. You'll find several resources on those websites about it. And then you have myautismteam.com. Where you'll have other parents and providers and people like me that go on and talk about how their children deal with daily life with having autism and Asperger's and how they raise them. I help them out too, because I lived through it and I know what it takes. I know how to deal with life. even though I'm not a parent myself, I still go on that website because I want to give the world, I want to teach the world about autism awareness and Asperger's, you know? You know, the spectrum is a mystery still. I understand that, but if you have people like me that go on websites like that or doing videos like this and teaching the parents and other people that have the spectrum, then they will pass it on because they know that these videos are helpful, that they'll pass it on to other parents that have that have children in the spectrum and other adults that have the spectrum too. You know, just the other night I met someone who was taking pictures at the Lighted Up Blue event at the fountain in downtown Orlando. She was taking all the pictures. She has a child that's on the spectrum too. And she watched some of my videos, and so did her son, I think. And she thought the videos were great too, you know? I know I did over 40 of them so far, but still, you know, they're a great resource. My videos are a great resource. You know, I love doing these videos. I just wish that more people would watch them, you know? Don't you agree that these videos need to be exposed more? You know? But anyways, I want to answer some of the questions that you might have on your mind that I'm going to try to answer the best that I can. First of all, why do I brag so much about Autism Speaks? Let me just say this. I brag about Autism Speaks because I'm proud to be a part of that organization and part of that community. Even though I don't have a full-time job with them or whatever, I am on two walk committees, for one of them being in Orlando, the other one being in Tampa. And I'm proud to be on the committees and working with the people, the other parents that are on the committee, and other people that have a passion to spread autism around the world and around the community. I enjoy being with them, you know. Even though I met the Orlando committee face to face, I have not done that to the Tampa committee, and I will get my chance to do that later on this month when they have their walk at Raymond James Stadium. But yeah, you know why I keep wanting to have a full-time job with them? Because I really have the passion to help spread the word about autism with them. You know, to help them out so they can get the word out to the community and to the world that autism is a real thing, you know. Alright, the next question is, why do I brag about work on here too? Alright, you may notice that I have problems at work. Yes, everyone has problems at work. I have some problems at work, yeah. But I do have problems because things that go on. I know stress takes a toll on my life, alright? And I know sometimes I deal with people that I don't want to deal with, or I deal with coworkers that drive me nuts. I understand that. Everybody's going to do that. Everybody's going to be in that world, in that picture. But I have a hard time dealing with it, you know? And I try to tell people at work that I have Aspergers and autism. They don't understand. They think I'm a normal person. They feel that I'm a normal person to them. When they don't know it, that I have the Aspergers. And that I do have certain levels of limitations here. That's why I can only, one of the reasons why I can only work like 3 days a week. That's why I don't feel comfortable working when it's busy. That's why I don't feel comfortable working weekends with them, you know? Because I know it's going to be busy. That's why I don't feel comfortable with some of the people there. It's not that I enjoy working with them, but yeah, at the same time, it makes my life harder to work like every single day of the week. I just can't do it. I cannot work a 5-day week or a 4-day week or whatever under the circumstances that I work now. I know I'm trying to get another job, yes. And that's been real hard too. But at the same time, how am I gonna get that other job, Or how am I gonna get people respect, sometimes I feel lost in the world, But everybody feels that way sometimes, I just feel it more than others. I just feel it more than normal people do. It's just real hard. I just have problems dealing with people at work, okay? I know I'm trying to not brag it on, but still. It's hard on me to deal with life as it is at work. And with the circumstances as they are and how the world's economy is not doing so good, it's like I don't know how long I can stay, I'm trying to stay at my current work location as long as I can so that I can get paid and so I can work and get paid, you know what I mean? It's just real hard on me, Having Aspergers is tough in a work environment. And dealing with the guest even is a little bit hard. Dealing with the noise of the arcade games is stressed out for me too. Especially working on the second floor of the restaurant. I told them a few times that I don't feel comfortable being upstairs. They don't listen to me. They think I'm okay doing the work upstairs, but what I feel, I can't deal with all the loud noises. I feel stressed out, alright? I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to say? So, I just feel stressed out at work. Alright. The next question I'm asking, and you might want to know, is why do I do these videos? I probably explained it a little bit in the intro, but I do these videos because they're educational, and I do these videos because I think I need to spread the word of autism and Asperger's out in the world. It's important. This is a topic that will not go away easily, alright? But I need to teach the world about it. And there are adults living with it that they need to learn too. But anyways, the next question is, why do I want to be on TV or want my videos to be known out there? I want to be on TV someday because, I want to teach these people about the Aspergers and autism, and I hope they let me go on TV appearances, and hopefully I can be on national TV one of these days. I would love to be on CNN. I just saw the Dr. Drew show the other night. The guy from The Amazing Race there, Zev, he was on there talking about his life with Asperger's, But I do enjoy watching him. But understand this too. It's not just him that has it. It's not just John Elder Robinson that has it. There's people like me that have it. Normal people like me that have it. And we want to go on the air too and share our stories, It's just, would people care about it? And I think yes, they would. I want to be on TV because I want to share them with everybody in the world. It's just tough, And If they don't know about my videos, then, you know, I'm hoping that I'll make a TV appearance on a local TV station down here during the month of April for Autism Awareness Month. I don't know if that's going to happen even, but even a TV or a radio appearance would be great for me, because I can share my story with everybody in the world, in the community, you know. And I would love to share my story with everybody else too. So the next question is, why do I want... No, I already did that question. The next question is, why do I keep talking about adults? And why do I keep talking about what needs to be done in the world? Well, anyways, I talk about the adults that are on the spectrum because I'm an adult myself. And I want to help the adults in this world too. You know, they deserve to have the services available. But yet, they're not readily available, you know. Not everybody has Asperger's clubs in their local area. The Orlando area is lucky to have at least a couple of them, you know. One started by card. One started by the students of UCF. And recently another one that was started by a parent of a son, an adult son that has Asperger's, that I'm proud to be a member of, you know, that we can go and socialize, you know. Now, I want to establish something worldwide, even nationwide, across the United States. A club, maybe under the Autism Speaks banner, for us adults. You know, because, you know, there needs to be more adult resources. Which brings up the next question. Why are there not adult resources for adults, or autism resources for adults in this world? Well, I'll tell you something. There's not enough in this world, and there needs to be more. Because I think as autism grows and Asperger's grow, the more people that have it, the more services are going to need it, you know. Like, I know right now, Autism Speaks does more for children that are on the spectrum and their parents than they do with the adults. Those children one day will grow into adults. And when they become adults, what services are going to be provided for them? You know? It's like, come on now. I know this sounds ridiculous, but there needs to be more resources for adults. And I'm fighting tooth and nail every day to try to have adult services, more adult services, more adult resources, more adult things for people that, or for the adults that are on the spectrum, you know. Because one of these days, you know, I would like to have tips on how to have romance, you know. I would like to have tips on one day to raise a child of my own. I would love to do that. So, my next question is, why is there not a lot of media resources? And I'm going to tell you something. I know that some adults that are on the spectrum are not comfortable being on TV, alright? You only have like 2 or 3 people that are famously known. You know, I want to become famously known too. I'm just a normal person, yes. However, I want attention. I want people to watch my videos. And it's hard when people don't watch your videos. You know, I feel like, why am I doing them in the first place? Why are people not watching? You know, I want the attention too. You know, you shouldn't just have your attention on children and autism in children and their parents. You know, there needs to be, you need to allow more adults, more normal adults, to go on TV, to go on the radio, and go online and say, hey, how about our stories? You know, we need to tell our stories about how we live life with Asperger's and autism. You know, I know there's not enough people. I'm trying to be one of those people that go on to TV, go on the radio, and go into the community and spread awareness. Let's just, you know. The next question that you might have in mind. Why do we feel so different that we are treated differently in this world? Alright, let me just say this. I feel different because I am different. God created everybody different, alright? But I feel different on how I do my job and how I live my life is because that's the way I was taught how to live my life, and that's the way I was taught about life. You know, everybody was taught about life differently. And we try to learn from the world, you know. But yet, I also feel that we're discriminated in this world too. Because of the fact that we have Asperger's and autism. I know it sounds dumb, alright? But that's the way I feel about life. You gotta understand that. And I think I feel discriminated sometimes because of it. Look at my job search, for example. I try to ask for help on a resume and try to find a job for myself. And people just don't care. I go to vocational rehab down here in Florida, and they're trying to not help me at all. I'm trying to get help from them, and they just don't want to help at all. They're trying to say, there's not enough jobs for you. You already have a job. Yeah, I know I already have a job, but I'm trying to get a better job in this world. You know, you just don't care about the problems I have at work. You just don't care about some of the people I have to work with. Why don't you live a day in my shoes and see how it feels? You know? Why don't you come to work and evaluate me? Why don't you come and see how pressured I am and stressed out I am sometimes when I'm at work? Why don't you just do that? You know? Because, you know, you're just too scared to know that I have these problems, everybody else has these problems too, and you just don't care. You know? Another question that might be asked is, why don't I have a better job, but yet I have a bachelor's degree? I earned that bachelor's degree from Westfield State University. I fought tooth and nail for it, for my educational purposes. But I done well enough to deserve it. It took me 7.5 years from when I graduated Gateway Regional High School back in 2003 through the 3.5 years of Holyoke Community College and the 4 years at Westfield State University to get that bachelor's degree. And it's difficult for me to find a job because I've been trying to apply for jobs now for like over 3 years, 4 years maybe. Some of those years, you know, I didn't have my degree, but I'm trying. But now, since I have that degree, why don't I have a better job? It's the job market that's causing the problems for me to get another job. And I don't know if it's the resume or if it's the interviews too. I just went to a resume building class or workshop today at the local workshop place. And I'm gonna send them my resume and see what needs to be done so that, hey, I can get this, I can get another job and I can get a better paying job. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send them my resume. But, and then hopefully they'll provide me better. Now, I don't have good eye contact either, and that's a problem when I have interviews. The next question is, why do I don't know how to put the next, I don't know how to say the next question, or if there is another question. I'm just trying to figure out in my head what questions you might have to ask me, and what questions you might want me to answer. I would love to one day do a show that, hey, why don't you guys send me your questions and I'll try to get them answered. Yeah. Well, I figured out one more, at least. Why did I decide to move to Florida? Alright. As you may know, I'm not originally from Florida, okay? I'm originally from Agawam, Massachusetts, which is a small city. Well, they call it a town, though. It's strange how they have a mayor and everything, the city council, in Agawam. But yet, they have a city council and everything, mayor, you know what I mean. But yet, they still call it the town of Agawam, even though they have a city government. That is typical in Massachusetts towns. Or cities, I mean. Small cities in Massachusetts to be known as towns. So. But anyways, going back to the question. Why did I move here to Florida from Massachusetts? Well, I did the Disney College program back in 2008. One of the reasons why I did that was because I wanted to explore an option of my life. And I really loved Disney at that point. Plus, I was having problems back at home. Emotional problems, and I just recently broke up with a friend. Back then, Back in '07, I was having problems because of a friend and I broke up that I knew for like 15 years. And that took a toll on me too. And then I was not getting so good grades. I was placed on academic probation for the spring of '08. And I was trying to look for a way to escape life in Massachusetts at that point. I was looking at what I could do. And then Disney came to my head because we went down there for Thanksgiving in '07, in the fall of '07, We went down there, and I was like, and then I asked one of our friends that was a cast member at the time, still is a cast member, and she explained to me about the college program. So, basically what I did was applied for the college program online, and then I had my phone interview, and and then in August of '08, I left Massachusetts for the first time alone to go down to Florida. I drove all the way down there. And then I did my college program. And then after my college program, I was trying to figure out, should I stay down here or should I go back to Massachusetts to finish schooling? Disney offered me a part-time job over at Animal Kingdom, over at the Flame Tree restaurant. I turned it down because I knew my parents wanted me to go back to Massachusetts and finish my schooling. They were paying the money for me to quit school. I should not quit school, so that's why I had to go back to Massachusetts for like 2 semesters. Alright. Now, I didn't enjoy living up there. I did not when I got back from Florida. I hated it. Alright. So, when I could find out that I could take the rest of my classes online and be done with it, it was like, okay, sign me up, let me take these classes online. Then I was able to move down to Florida in June of 2000 or May of 2010, right after I got out of school. And I lived here ever since. Now, I'm having problems down here too now. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to live my life? You know? I want to live my life so that I can work perfectly and be happy for my life. And yet, my life is not doing so good right now because of the job situation and everything else. You know, I have to apply for Social Security because I don't make enough money. I have to apply for food stamps because I don't make enough money. I'm trying to get food stamps, or I already got food stamps. I'm trying to get Medicaid. I'm trying to get Social Security. I'm trying to get disability because A, I don't make enough money. B, I'm disabled, and they don't think I am. And C, if the world's not going to help me, the government has to. You know. So I'm trying to do everything that's right to have them help me out. You know. I am disabled. Though the government might not think so. The world might not think so. But I am. Because of my Asperger's. That's one of the reasons. Another reason is I'm having problems with my back right now. And if I stand too long and then go on my break, sit down and have my break, and then like 15 minutes later stand back up and go back to work, I had problems with my back then. You know? And then when I try to kneel over to put stuff away underneath the condiment bar that we have at work, try to put the forks away and then knives away and even to grab napkins and all that, I have problems with that too because my feet hurt me. The tops of my feet hurt me, you know? And you might think, why don't I see a doctor for it? I wish I had. But the problem is, I can't find a doctor down here in Florida. You know? That's why I'm trying to apply for the Medicaid and disability. So I can get health insurance. I can go back to see a doctor. Because right now I don't have any health insurance. When I turned 28 years old, I lost my insurance that I had with my mom and dad. You know, I wish they could have helped me until I did have insurance. But that wasn't going to be the case because I moved out of their house. You know, I feel sorry I did, but at the same time, I want my freedom and I want to be able to live my own life away from them. You know? It's just hard, you know? So... and I'm trying to explain my life to you. So. But yeah, I'm trying to live my life down here. Because I think I enjoy my life down here. And I met so many great people. But it's just been a problem finding a job and a problem having the money. Pay all the bills, you know. Campground is like $300 a month. And then you have to pay electric and a cell phone. You have the satellite TV. No. And then you have to pay food to put on your table. And then you also have to pay gasoline to put on the car. And the gasoline prices are not going down anytime soon. They're like close to $4 a gallon. And that's hard to deal with. You know, more people are going to have to cut back. I'm going to have to cut back. And it's real hard. And the government doesn't care. They want your money one way or another. They don't care if you're poor. They don't care if you're rich. The government takes it out of the poor. So we have no money. You know? It's hard. It's hard to live my life. You know? But still. We still live our lives. We still live the best that we can on what we have. You know? I know it's a little difficult. But, you know? This country is going to be bankrupt real soon, you know, and I'm not going to get any more money from them, and I'm going to be losing my life here. I feel like I'm going to die real soon because of the depression and all this other stuff that's going on in my life. I feel like one of these days I'm going to leave this world. But I can't, because of the fact that I have a good life, People need to accept for me who I am, And they can't base that off of disability, People need to treat me right. Just because I have a disability doesn't mean, they should treat me like shit all the time. And I'm sorry for swearing, but that's the way I feel. Normally I don't say stuff like that, but that time I had to, It's just real difficult for me to live in this world. And I feel the respect is lost, But to summarize here in my video, in this episode, I do these videos because I love to do them, and I love to teach you guys how I live my life. And I want these videos to get me attention. I want to get phone calls from stations in Orlando and Tampa and Miami and New York and Boston and Springfield, Hartford, you name it. Like, I'm a native of Agawam, Massachusetts, which is in the Springfield market, which in turn is Boston is our state capital. So I would love to see coverage from Springfield, Hartford, and Boston eventually someday. Me going on those stations and telling them how I live my life up in Massachusetts and how I live a successful life down here in Florida, or try to. And I would love to see the local stations down here, like Orlando, Tampa, Miami, Fort Myers, Jacksonville. I would love to hear phone calls from them too, on how I live my life right now with Aspergers and how I deal with it and how successful I've been. And then I wouldn't mind talking to me in New York and Washington and Philadelphia and Chicago and Los Angeles and even up in Canada like Toronto and Montreal. I don't know my French, but I'll try my best to speak the best I can. And then you have Vancouver and Edmonton and Alberta and whatever, And I would like to try to spread my message around the world, like London, Paris, Rome, Tokyo and Beijing and Sydney and Mexico City and Rio de Janeiro. And, I want to spread my message around the world that this is a real thing and we need to spread awareness on it, You know what I mean? So, I hope someday that I will get some media coverage, because these videos deserve the best, And I'm sorry I did not have a set topic to talk about in this episode, but I needed to talk about some things, and, what better place to do it but one of the episodes, And I'm sorry if this is going to be like one of the longest episodes, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about here. So, and I hope I get a lot more fans because of this video and because of the rest of my series, I would love people to see my series. It's a great series. It's on YouTube. You guys should all watch it, Watch every single video I have because they're educational. So, anyways, let's go light it up blue for the month of April. And this is Mike DiMauro, and I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you guys more later.